Are you excited about the upcoming release of the trading card game Disney Lorcana? Today we're going to sit down with our good pal Azoolan and play a demo game for you. All right, let's get this game going. So each start by drawing 7 cards. I can count.
We got 5, 6, and 7.
Ignore the fact I have EV card sleeves.
Alrighty. Now, can you see me technically right now?
I could see you. Yes, I could. If I look to my side, I could see your cards, your hand. If you put it out like that, like you just did. Yes, I could see your hand of cards. I'm gonna play them close to the vest.
Do we want to play an open hand?
We're doing it. We're doing a demo game, so I don't think it hurts.
Okay. Yeah, we can play just an open hand.
All right. You take the first turn.
Okay. Obviously I can't do anything. So in order to create resources, I need to ink one of my cards.
Correct.
So by looking at the tops here, we can see which cards are inkable. So we're looking for this gold circle right up at the top. In doing so, we'll completely remove them from the game.
You have one that's non-inkable if you want to show it too. I see it there.
Yep. So to give you a comparison, you have an inkable card here versus an uninkable card. You can only ink one card per turn. And being how I have 2 of the same card, I'm going to go ahead and ink this card here. And that will end my turn.
You're not playing anything your first turn?
I suppose, yeah, that's right. I can't ink it, and I can play one.
Yeah, when you ink something, you can still exhaust that ink.
Honestly, I don't know. I could play, obviously, this Develop Your Brain, which allows me to look at the top 2 cards in my deck and put one into my hand and the other one on the bottom of the deck. Or I could do the Fire the Cannonage, which does 2 damage to a chosen character. That really doesn't do a whole lot right now since there's nothing to attack. I have this banish this item and remove up to 3 damage from a chosen character. So I really can't do anything, but for the sake of it, we're going to do this Develop Your Brain, which exhausts my 1 inkwell. I get to look at my top 2 cards. And I got either Maleficent or Consider the Coconut. Whenever you play a character, you may remove up to 2 damage from the chosen character. So I'm going to go ahead and keep Coconut Basket, and then I'm going to put Maleficent at the bottom of my deck for the Develop Your Brain, and that moves over to the discard pile.
So now it becomes my turn. All right, so I'm going to ink a card. I show it to my opponent. Put it down right there. And then I'm gonna pay 1 ink to play Olaf because I like warm hugs. I forgot to draw a card because I go second. So I'm drawing my card now. And now it's back to you.
Now you can only have a max of 7 in your hand, right?
I think so, but I'm not 100% sure on that rule.
Okay. So again, I've ended up with 2 of the same cards. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna ink this card here, showing my opponent that it is an inkable card. That comes down this one. So now I have 2 in my inkwell. And using my 2, I'm going to exhaust my 2 inks and play Aurora. And at that point, we will call it for my turn.
All right, so now it's my turn. My ink on exhaust. I draw a card. Going to ink a card.
I just want to point out that it is kind of funny that my cards are generally blue and my entire setup is blue and your cards are red, and there's a lot of red going on your setup. I just thought that was kind of funny.
I'm gonna exhaust both my inks. I'm gonna play Pascal, who has he's 1 ink. So with camouflage, if I have another character in play, he gains evasive, meaning only characters with evasive can challenge them. And then I'm also gonna use the other ink to play Stitch. Filling up that board already. And now it's your turn.
Alrighty. So again, draw a card, 2 inks, unexhaust. So I have this item card, and you might have to refresh my memory on it. It says whenever you play a character, you may remove up to 2 damage from a chosen character. So does this sit out the entire game?
I think so. We didn't actually run into an actual item, but
We did not.
I believe so.
Items glimmer stay in play when you play them and give you special abilities during the game. So they just stay in play.
I didn't realize that. That might have changed what I inked.
Okay, I'm going to play the coconut basket then. They didn't really give a good spot as to like where these go. So I'm just going to put it right up top there. And that exhausts my 2. And you know what? I think I forgot to draw a card. There we go. Okay. And that will end it for me.
All right. Unexhaust. Draw a card. I like where this is headed.
Which means I don't.
Ooh, that's going to be nasty. All right, I'm going to ink a card. Boop. It's inkable. And then bring out Max. This isn't going to come to play because you don't have anything ready that I could challenge. But this, when you play this character, chosen character gets -2 attack for this turn. So I could use it to reduce Aurora's attack if she was ready and I could challenge her. But I'm not going to. So, and then I am going to quest with Pascal and get myself 1 lore.
And that only activates when you play the card, right?
Correct.
Okay. So you're kind of just giving up that ability.
Yep.
This turn. Okay. I think it's also important to note that you win by collecting lore. Right? I don't think
you got to get to 20 lore.
Yep. So it's not beating your opponent's hand. It's not making them run out of cards. It's questing with your characters in order to gain lore. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. So I am going to ink. I will show that here.
Yep.
Now we're up to 3 in my inkwell. And I'm going to use my 3 to play Mickey Mouse. And it has the ability called Get a Clue. When you play this character, you may put the top card of your deck into your inkwell, face down, and exerted. So this card comes directly out of my deck and into an exerted ink.
I was hoping it was a good card that you just had to ink.
Well, just for the sake of looking at it, just to see what it was Mufasa. So pretty decent card, unfortunately. It does give me 3 lore if I do quest with Mufasa, which is indicated by these 3 diamonds here on the side. And he has a pretty good attack and defense stat. So attack of 4, defense of 6. So not a great card to send to the inkwell. And I do have my Consider the Coconut. So when I did play a character, I can remove up to 2 damage. I didn't have any damage on my characters, so I'm good for that. What are the stats on Pascal?
1/1.
1. So I am going to use Aurora to take out Pascal.
Nope, because of Pascal's evasive, because I have other characters out.
Oh, he is evasive.
Yes.
Okay. So no, I cannot attack Pascal. And yep, I don't have anything with evasive currently. Yep. So in this case, it does end my turn.
Draw a card. Oh, decisions. All right. I'm gonna ink a card. Gonna play Jetsam. Jetsam has evasive. Also, if I have characters named Flotsam, gain evasive. So if I get a Flotsam card later and Jetsam's out, Flotsam would also have evasive. All right, so did that.
And I can only attack those cards, 1, if they're questing, and 2, my character also has evasive.
Correct. So I am going to quest with Pascal, and let's make it interesting and quest with Olaf. So I'm going to gain 2 lore, taking me up to 3 total, and it'll be your turn.
Go ahead and draw. I am going to ink Mr. Flounder here.
Ooh.
So a pretty low level card. Costs 1 ink. Only gives me 1 lore when he quests. A decent one to ink. I'm going to unexhaust my other inks, giving me 5 ink. And with that 5, I'm going to play Maleficent, knocking out 4 my ink. So 1 is still up. And with my 1 that is still up. So my other question would be, is if these action cards can also hit characters with evasive.
I would say yes, because evasive only affects challenging.
You have 2 characters questing right now.
Yep.
So you are a 1/1 on Pascal,
Yep.
and what's Olaf?
1/3 on Olaf.
1/3. So I'm going to play and exhaust my last ink and play Fire the Cannons, which does 2 damage to a chosen character. I'm going to do that to Pascal.
All right.
And that removes him. This card got discarded. And I am going to quest with both Mickey and Aurora for this turn, moving my lore up to 3. And that's going to end my turn.
All right.
Which ties the game, doesn't it?
Ink a card. Yep. Inking a card. Okay. Bringing out Jafar. Jafar has Challenger +3. When Jafar challenges, he gets +3 to his attack. He's a 2/5 character otherwise. Okay, so now...
does not have Charge or Rush.
Nope. What is Aurora's stats?
2/2.
2/2. We are going to challenge Aurora with Stitch, who is also a 2/2.
Yep. So we'll cancel each other out.
Yep. What are Mickey's stats?
1/3.
3. Decisions. And we're going to challenge Mickey with Maximus, who is a 3/3.
Okay.
So Mickey goes down, and I take -1 on Maximus. And then Jetsam and Olaf are going to quest. So that takes me up to 5. And it shall be your turn.
Alrighty. So all my inks unexhaust. I'm going to exhaust my Develop Your Brain, giving me now a 6 total for my inkwell. And I'm going to play Mickey the Musketeer, and he gets the Bodyguard ability. And this character may enter the play exerted. An opposing character who challenges one of your characters must choose one with Bodyguard, if available.
Okay.
So it says he may enter the play exerted. So I don't know.
So that would matter, because normally you couldn't exert, his Bodyguard essentially only works if he's exerted, because he can't be challenged if he's not exerted. So now I can't challenge Maleficent, I have to challenge him.
He's exerted though, right? He's not questing.
Correct.
There's a difference there.
Yep.
Right. So that basically, to activate his Bodyguard ability, he has to be exerted, essentially.
Yep.
Going into phase 1 of him being on there.
Yeah. What are his stats?
2/7.
Okay.
So he's got some tank ability to him for sure.
That your turn?
I'm going to quest with Maleficent now.
All right.
She's got 2, so that brings me up to 5.
Yeah. Decision. Okay. I am not going to add to my inkwell this turn. I am just going to exhaust 4 ink, play another and you said Mickey was 2/7. So
Correct.
We are going to challenge with Jafar, who will get a +3, so he's going to be a 5/5 attacking.
Okay. So he's going to attack Mickey?
Correct. And then Mickey would have 2 left, right?
Yes, he's now at a 2/2.
We'll exhaust Maximus to take out Mickey, who's a 3/3, but he already had 1 damage, so Maximus is out. All right. What's Maleficent's stats?
3/4.
I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I could that would take that out of play. Huh. You know what? No guts, no glory. Jetsam's gonna challenge Maleficent with his 3/3, and since she's 3/4, then Olaf will also challenge with a 1/3, which wipes them all out. I just did a 2-for-1 trade there, but might be worth it. And then that will be my turn.
Yep. Going to draw. So what 2 do you have on the field right now?
2 Jafars. Yep.
And 1 is weakened, correct?
Yes. You know what? It was -2.
So he has 3 health left?
Yes.
So I'm going to use one of my inks to play Fire the Cannons again and deal 2 more damage to that Jafar.
Okay.
And he is out, or that's out, rather. And then I am going to use Frying Pan, and the other Jafar will not be able to challenge during your next turn.
Okay. Still
Which I
quest, but
guess-
can't challenge.
Yep, and I'm actually going to take that back
Okay.
because you can't challenge me anywhere. I have nothing for you to challenge.
Yes.
So I'm going to take that back. And unfortunately, that's all I got. I'm unfortunately only down to 2 cards at this point.
Ooh.
So
All right.
one thing I did kind of notice, feels like you're very limited to only drawing 1 card. At least from the Sapphire and Steel deck, I don't see a whole lot of cards that help you draw cards to fill your hand up. So it's very easy to end up with a hand shortage.
All right, we're going to play a Maleficent. With Cast My Spell, when you play this character, you may draw a card. Draw another card.
Your Maleficent is better than mine.
If I only had 1 more ink. I don't want to ink right now. I'm gonna. This is interesting. This is the first time I didn't go straight through and ink every single turn. And I am going to quest with both Jafars for 2 more lore, taking me up to 7, and it'll be your turn.
Okay. Alrighty. I wonder if it says anything about how many items you can have on the playing field.
I don't think there's a limit.
So I'm going to use 2, and I am going to play another coconut basket. So that way, whenever I do play a character, I can remove now 4 damage from a character. And unfortunately, again, that's all I'm going to be able to do.
All right.
I needed to do a better job of shuffling, apparently.
That's where those challenges came in pretty significantly.
Yep.
All right, let's get some more cards on. I'm going to exhaust all my ink, play a Mickey Mouse and a Minnie Mouse.
It's not the Fantasia one, right?
Nope. All right. So now we are going to quest with Jafar, and Maleficent, and that will take us up to 10. We're halfway there. Whoa.
All right. So my turn?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to draw and play
Hercules.
for 3. And he does have bodyguard, so doesn't do me a whole lot of good right now, but that does pick up 3 of my inkwell. He's not going to come in exerted, so I don't have to worry about you challenge. And again, I think I'm going to leave it right there.
All right. What's Hercules' stats?
3/3.
All right. We're going to play another Mickey. You know what? Let's just go for it. Go big. I'll let you challenge me back if you want. We're going on a quest. All right, so we're questing with all these cards. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're up to 16 lore.
So next turn, this turn, I need to do some major damage.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's not a whole lot I can do. So, alrighty, I am going to draw.
That gamble to clear the board earlier on your end, to clear your board earlier really made a difference.
Yep. So, unfortunately, again, there's not a whole lot I can do. I have a magic golden flower, which allows me to remove up to 3 damage. I have a frying pan that would stop a character from challenging, which you can't challenge right now. Anyway, I have Maui, who is an 8 on the ink. So a really big payout. He's got a lot of health, a lot of damage. Pretty much anything that goes up against him is one shot. But unfortunately, don't have the ink really to pay for him. Might have would have paid off earlier in the game of actually spending these 2 to ink them, and then I would actually maybe be able to put this one out. But again,
you could did you put something in the inkwell this turn? You could.
I can, and that only gives me 7.
Oh, you're only up to 7. Okay, I thought you already had 7.
So, but I mean, let's say for argument's sake, I inked those cards, and I do have 8, and I spend those. That really doesn't do me a whole lot of good because I can put Maui out there. And
I'm still questing and I'll hit 20.
So really the thing is just keeping your enemy players board clean. That stops them from getting lore. So no matter what I put out, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that isn't the case, so I can't do anything. I am only at 6 ink. So I only have my healing card and my anti-challenge card. So that ends up ending my turn.
And
you
then
can
we'll quest takes us up to 20. Victory.
And that's the
I'd like to point out that I didn't have my Fantasia Mickey at the Brooms or Dr. Falsifier that time.
That is true. I'm still really, I guess, trying to learn this deck. I need to sit down and just really look at all the cards, because you can only really have up to 2 the elements or gems or whatever in your deck. So in this case, I have 2. I have the Sapphire, which is indicated by this blue line here.
Yep.
And I have Steel, which is indicated by this gray line here. So if I did get a different starter pack and I wanted to go Ruby or Amethyst, I can trade out Steel for some Ruby cards or vice versa, but I can only limit to 2 gems per hand, or per deck, rather.
Alrighty, well, I'm going to end things up there.